3, 2, 1.
Glowing Up Latina, Season 2, Episode 14. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Glowing Up Latina.
Hello.
I'm Liana.
And I'm Amanda.
Uh, Christina is missing from this episode. She's not feeling well, so sending her all the good vibras so she can feel better soon.
Yes, good vibes, and happiness. Peace and love. Yes.
What's been going on? How you feeling? How's your week been?
Week was pretty good. Let me tell you, there were some days this week where I was just like, I don't feel like working. But again, power through
Yeah.
and went to work. I don't know. I think I'm still trying to get adjusted to, just getting back into the rhythm of things after coming back from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So last week went back to work. This week I'm just like, okay, I just want to sleep when I come home.
Yeah.
And that's how the week is. I didn't even work out. But tell Norin I got that workout plan and I'm excited for it. So that's gonna be a Sunday thing to do. Maybe tomorrow evening.
Yeah, maybe
It's
RIP
supposed to
to
be
all
like
of your muscles.
yeah. So I'm very excited though. I'm super hyped for that
Um,
workout. So thank you.
yeah, I get what you mean though, because when we got back from Jamaica, like it was just go, go, go since we touched the United States. Like it has
There
been,
was no downtime.
yeah. And I'm just like so tired. I cannot wait for like this weekend where I'm just off limits to anything outside and I'm just staying home, sleeping, cleaning my house because I feel like I've neglected this place.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
So I
too. Yeah.
can't wait to just like blast my music and just
It hits different. It hits different
yeah.
when you don't have plans and stuff and you don't have like when I do have plans over the weekend, whether if it's family stuff or us, by the time it's Sunday, I'm like, I'm not gonna do any of the like house chores and things I was supposed to do. Laundry is always a must. Nope, I'm gonna say that right now. Laundry is a must. I don't care. But everything else, I'm just like, I let it fall through the cracks, and I hate that because then
Yeah.
during the week, I know that these things are piling up and like clutter. So definitely tomorrow is a good housekeeping day to get my life back in order. I finally put away stuff from Jamaica this week. I put the luggages, the maletas back in the closet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It took me
just
a
did
while to do
laundry
that.
for Jamaica.
Bro,
It's
like you said,
just
go,
I
go,
just
go.
want to not do anything for like 1 second.
Yeah. But overall, a good week. Not bad. Can't complain, even if that's how it sounds like right now. But I'm not complaining. Just a lot going on. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we talking about this episode?
So this week, we are going to be talking about the do's and don'ts with our Latinx parents and how we grew up and what we're told we could and could not do, and things that we learned along the way and still learning along the way as an adult to do and not
Mm,
do
oh
with our
boy.
parents. So, Liana, what are some of the don'ts that you recall growing up with your parents?
The first one that comes into my head is don't lie because you will get caught. Unless you're like some pathological liar, like just don't lie. That would be like my number one.
Don't with your parents that you saw?
Yeah. For me,
Okay.
yeah. Because every time, maybe that just shows that I'm like a really bad liar. But like every time I tried, I would always get caught. And I'm like, okay, well, there's no reason for this.
I know for me, a don't was like, I think any kid, honestly, but like, don't talk back.
Oh,
Mine was
yeah.
like a do not talk back. And I used to do it a lot with my mom and here and there with my dad. So with my mom, that was kind of risky because, you know, that chancla never missed. But with my dad, it was very funny. And my mom used to get a good kick out of it because he'd be like, I don't know. I can't think of one example for sure, but like every time I would talk back, he'd be like, "Oh, you have an answer for everything, don't you?" And I go, "Well, you're asking me a question, so the only thing to do is to answer you back, answer your question."
Amanda.
And yo, my mom, I know my mom was I know she was listening, but like I know she'd get like a rise out of it. She'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with this kid?" But yeah, I used to be like, "Well, you're asking me a question, so I'm gonna answer it." Yeah. I would only answer that way to my dad. And it could be because like I knew my dad wasn't gonna do much. With my mom, it'd be like, or sucking my teeth. I think there were a few times where I tried to do that when I used to suck my teeth at my mom.
Uh-huh.
And she'd be like, You got something to say?" I'm like, No, I don't
Oh,
got nothing.
mm-mm. I had something stuck
Oh,
in my tooth and that was it.
no, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. But yeah, I I don't know. Yeah, that wasn't, I remember that. That's a don't. So do not talk back, y'all.
Yeah.
Not with Latinx parents, because I don't think,
There
yeah.
was one time it reminded you telling your story reminded me of like this one time I was getting ready to go to school. I was in high school already. I was a freshman.
Mhm.
Um, and my mom was very strict about what colors I can use to paint on my nails because she was very, yeah, she would always be like, always light colors, like nothing too crazy. So one day, like I painted my nails like neon green, and my mom hated that. And so I go out, I'm ready for school, and I know she can see the nails, but like I was really strong, like no, real stubborn. She was like, it was in the morning, right? Like 10 minutes before I had to leave before I was late. And she was
Mhm.
like, tell me you don't have green nail polish on your nails. And I'm like, I don't. Full on neon green. I don't. And she got so mad. Her face got all red. And I was just like, I don't have green nail polish. I gotta go. I'm late for school. And I just
That's funny that your mom also,
your mom did that too?
yeah, my mom, yeah. So my mom used to just be like me, used to go like every 2 weeks to do her nails. She used to do acrylic tips, always used to get a fill in, and I always, tagged along because again, she had nowhere to leave me. But I would go with her and I would ask, like, "Hey, can I get my nails done too?" And she'd be like, "Yes, but you know what my rule is. My rule is you can only do a light pink color, only light pink. And maybe occasionally like the baby blue color, like very like a pale blue,
Mm-hmm.
pastel blue." And she would never let me do like a bright color or a red. Like that was out of the question. She'd be
Oh
like,
my
"No,
gosh.
you are a young girl. You are a little kid. You are not allowed to wear like bright nail polish."
That's so crazy. That just reminded me of a time that I got my nails done for the very first time. I had a very dark purple and I had a little yellow flower on my little ring finger. And she made me take it off. I was like,
Well,
but I
who
really
paid for that?
I didn't go with her. I went with my cousin, and my cousin made
Oh,
my nails like that. And I had to take them off. It was really sad. I was like, what, 6?
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recall that. Yeah, that's funny. And now like I'm thinking about it, another don't. Another don't is don't make a scene. Like as a
Mm.
kid, like if so I remember like when I used to get invited to like my cousin's birthday parties
Hmm.
and stuff, and we would go, my mom would be like, "Okay, when I say it's time to leave, it's time to leave." And I'd be like, okay, all right, sure. And I think it took about like one or two instances where like I learned when she said, it's time to go and pack it up and leave. Because I could have been like, I was like, no, I want to stay. And and my aunts would be like, yeah, you see, she still wants to stay. You should stay. And I know in the back of my mind, my mom's looking at me like just piercing her eye, like through my soul, looking at me through my soul, like, I told you. And when I say it's time to go, time to go. So, so yeah, that woman was not about it. She was just like, yeah, I remember that. So don't make a scene.
Oh my God, I
'Cause-
used to do that all the time, especially with my younger
Mhm.
cousins. Like, cause so I grew up with my younger cousins, and we would
Mhm.
always like want to sleep over each other's houses and everything. So whenever there was like a family event, And my mom was always like the first to go. And
Same.
so every time she'd be like, "Oh, we're leaving," that's when the waterworks came. Tears, like full on, like, "I don't want to go. I want to stay. I want to sleep over. You never let
Yeah.
me sleep over." Like the biggest show. And she would get so mad at me.
Yeah.
But she let me sleep over sometimes. I was like, great, it worked.
The amount of times my cousins and I try to do that, you see, we could do a sleepover. No, it's time to go. Pack it up.
It only
Oh
worked like
my,
once or twice though. Like it didn't work every single time.
no, I don't think no, it never worked out for us, but we had to try to like plan. And as we got older, we had to like really like we planned it ourselves and then told our parents like
Mhm.
so that way we can it could happen and that's how they knew it was serious. They're like, okay, these girls really want to have a sleepover. All right, fine. But while we're on the topic of sleepover,
Yeah, never sleep over. That was a big one.
that was a no. You were not allowed to sleep over a friend's house.
Yeah.
That was a non-existent. That why? Why would you even bother asking that question? You
Hmm.
don't.
And before I used to be like, so like at the time when I was asking to sleep over my friend's house, I would always get so mad when they just said no and no reason. Like my mom would just be like, because I said so. And it's like looking back at it now though, like I'm like, okay, people are weird. Can't trust
Yes.
everybody. Like I get it
Mm-mm.
now.
Right, right. So at the time you don't understand it because you're a kid and all you want to do is actually have the sleepover and be with your friends. Da, da, da.
Mhm.
But as we've gotten older and hear the news and oh gosh, people are just 10 types of crazy out there. So we get it. So we know why our parents were always like a no about the sleepovers because uno nunca sabe.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, there's going to be some strange man there. I don't know their parents. I don't know their brothers and whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. And it doesn't even have to be that, right? Like point is people are crazy. So yeah, I never dared to ask to have a sleepover. And it was funny. So I remember I would get also invited to like friends' birthday parties,
Hmm.
not sleepovers in particular, but my mom was a little weird about it too, because she's like, I'm not gonna just drop you off at
Hmm.
some random person's house. I get it's a kid's birthday, but I'm not
Right.
gonna just drop you off and do that. So there was only one time I recall going to a birthday party. I was 8. And at the time, that was like my best friend in elementary school.
Hmm.
And my mom stayed for the birthday party.
Hmm.
Mind you, I had a birthday party and my mom was like, yeah, you can invite, 2 friends max. That's it. 2 friends. So I invited 2 friends and my mom was like, it's just going to be them though. They can't have like their other siblings or their parent can't stay.
Hmm.
But I'm like, Ma, you want to go? I'm getting invited to a birthday party and you're saying that you have to go. But now these kids, only the kids are supposed to come and not their parents. Does that make it make sense, Ma?
That's so funny.
Make it make sense. But yeah,
For me, my mom liked to go to like a birthday party or to like just hang out with my friends. Like my mom would have to have met my friends' parents to be
yeah,
like how like just to get the vibe from them and all. Like at first I didn't know like why she wanted to meet them because how can you it's just looking back at it now, I'm just like, how could you have known? Like what vibe did you get from certain people? Like it must have been good if you let me hang out with them.
right.
But like
I
what
mean,
happened if it was bad?
and that's true too. Like my mom, the birthday party that I went to, my mom knew my friend's mom. Like
Hmm.
she knew her. Like she already knew her. They would talk a couple of times when they used to pick me. She used to pick me up from after school, and her mom used to pick her up from after school. There were a couple of times where we meet in the neighborhood. Like she
Hmm.
knew, but she was like, "No, I'm gonna go with you to this birthday party." I'm like, "But mom, you could just leave me. It's fine." No, no, that wasn't a thing. Yeah.
Oh
She was not about that.
God.
And then just, going to like birthday parties or whatever, family gatherings, whatever the case may be. But it was always like, don't be disrespectful. You have to say hello to everyone, right?
Mm.
Especially when it comes to family, you got to say hugs and kisses to aunts and uncles. And I know with godparents that you had to go up to your godparent and be like, oh, bendición. and then you get a
Mm-hmm.
bendición, a blessing from your godparent. Like you always had to address them that way. I
Mm-hmm.
know, was it you, Leona, told me?
Yeah, I always
That
say
your
so,
yeah,
madrina.
right?
Yeah, my madrina is also my dad's sister, so she's my aunt. And every time I call her tia, she gets upset with me. She was just like, "I'm not your tia, I'm your madrina," and I'm like, "Ugh, so sorry, so madrina."
Yeah, yeah. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, you always
to
have
this
to say
day,
hello. Yeah,
to this day, like I cannot not call her madrina.
it's about how you address, your aunts and uncles, hello and goodbye. And you have to
Mm-hmm.
say goodbye to everybody because it's a falta de respeto. You're not being
Yeah,
respectful to your elders and whatever. So, and I remember my mom would be like, "Did you say saludaste? Did you say hello to your aunt? Did you
yeah.
say hello to your uncle?" I'm like, "Yes, mom, I did." I'm like,
Because you
ugh.
you and I have pretty big, well, all three of us have pretty much really big families. And so like
Yes.
going into any like family event and being like the middle, like not the middle. What am I trying to say? Like if you're not the first person at this event, like you gotta go
Hmm.
around. You gotta make your
Yeah.
rounds. Make sure you go to the kitchen. Then you gotta check the living room. If there's a basement, you gotta check the basement to see if there's anybody there that you miss. Like it's crazy. Now me being older, I'm more of like, hey, I'm here and I made it. There's too many of you guys.
I
So
know,
hello.
like I literally, yeah, I'll walk into a room and be like, "Hello, buenas noches, hello, how you guys doing?" Yes, big wave hello.
Mm-hmm.
Just know I'm not being disrespectful. I see all of you, and I will come around and I will have conversation. Don't worry, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I
But
do now.
but it's funny because now it brought me back to when I started dating Constantine,
Oh
and
boy.
I brought him
Mm.
right. And the first time he met my family, I was like, you need to say hello to every individual I say hello to. Like, if I'm saying hello, you have to say hello.
I
You
told
just
Lauren the
can't sit,
same
you
thing.
can't just sit out in the corner and being a bystander and just observing. No, I go, you need to go to every person, shake my uncle's hands, give my aunts, a hug and a kiss. That's because if you didn't say hello in that manner, it was just like, oh, he's disrespectful.
Hmm.
What kind of family is he from? Oh no. Yeah, 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 yeah. And he didn't understand that because when I like got introduced to his family, it was just like, oh, hi everyone. Like, this is Amanda, it's my girlfriend. Hi. And I'd be like, hi, nice to meet you. And I used to go up to them and then they'd be like, why is she
Yes,
so extra? And I'm like, that's just how I was raised. I was raised
same.
to go up to you and say hello and a hug and a kiss. But
Yep.
now I understand, like, boundaries. Not everybody likes to be touched. So I get it now. But yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, I went through the same thing with Norin. I was like, okay, if I say hi to them, you have to also say hi to them. If I say bye to them, then you have to say bye to them. But like now he's gotten so used to it. Like even if I don't say hi to like everyone individually, like he'll go individually and
mm-hmm.
say hi. I'm just like, oh, look at you learning out there doing the thing.
You're being respectful. You being a respectful gentleman. Look at you. Wow.
So on the topic of like being invited to family events and everything, um, one of my don'ts is like never go to the rooms if you're not invited. So like let's say all of my cousins, they
Uh-huh.
go to like the room or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't like a general like invitation. I had
Yes.
to stay in the living room until one of them came to
Yes.
get me.
Yes. No, I do remember that too. Yes.
And I always used to be like,
Um,
"Oh, mom, like my cousins Sophie and Priscilla." I would be like, "Oh, they went to the room. Can I go with them?" And my mom would always be like, "Well, did they tell you to go with them?" And I was like, "No." And she'd be like, "Well, you gotta stay
yeah.
here." And I'm like, "Damn." And then one of them
Yeah.
would eventually come out and be like, "Hey,
Let's
go.
let's just just
Let's go."
let's just go. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh my God. I do remember that being a thing because oh my God. Especially with one of my cousins. I don't know if it was them or the times I used I don't it had to be with with more than one of my cousins whenever I used to stop by. But I do remember them like being like, "Oh, yeah, we can't go in there." My mom said that we can't go in there. So
Yeah.
I gotta leave the doors. I gotta leave the doors closed.
Yep.
The door's closed, so I can't go in there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we have to stay out here in the living room. I'm like, okay. But then like I recall myself doing it too. Whenever anybody used to stop by, my mother used to be like, leave the doors closed. Nobody
Yeah.
can go into these rooms. You guys stay in
Yep.
the living room. Don't even ask me. Just be out there. Okay, okay. Yeah. Doors closed. But see how that was the only time they allowed to have closed doors.
Mm.
Are you as a kid, as a person living under your parents' household, are you supposed to have your doors closed?
Nope.
No such thing.
Mm-mm. I only started closing my doors when I got much older, like high school older.
Well,
Like,
well, yeah, ain't nobody gonna try to
right?
walk past you while you get undressed.
But yeah, it was like doors open all the time. All the time.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to have the doors closed,
Mm-mm.
especially when I was dating Constantine. Like my mom would allow us to be in the room, but the door had to be open.
Oh, I never
Um,
was allowed to go in the room.
but then again, like my mom was in the other room. Like the way the rooms are just like so adjacent to each other, it's like walls are paper thin.
Yeah.
So, but she was like, no, you got the doors stay open in my house. You don't ever close the doors. And then because of that, I don't mind going to sleep with the door open, like my door with the bedroom door open. But
Hmm.
Constantine's like, why do you leave the door open? I'm like, because it's fine. I need to hear what's going on out there. He's like, no. He's like, no, you're gonna let the robbers in? Like the hell? I was like, how old are you? Leave the door open. No. He's like, close the door. So
Oh my
now, like,
God.
that was an adjustment I had to get used to after living with, after
Uh-huh.
living with each other. Close the door. Anyways,
Hmm.
but yeah, you're not, no, do not leave the doors closed. You don't pay rent. You're not allowed to keep your doors closed. A lock on your door? What?
Oh my God. What do you need a
No.
lock for?
So they had their own rules about doors. So weird. But yeah, like hanging out with my cousins and going to their house. And my mom was very much you don't ask for stuff.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you don't you don't ask if you're hungry. You don't say you're
You're
hungry. You
starving. Like you will starve.
like if you're asked for food, if you're offered food, you say no because it's like then I don't feed you at home. Yeah.
I didn't get
Yeah.
that. I didn't get that. But
No,
if they offered, then I can be like, oh yeah, I will have some. But asking, mm-mm.
maybe it was a
Parched,
little borderline.
march,
Yeah. I could be
parched
freaking
and
dry
starved.
lips. I could look like SpongeBob when he goes to visit Sandy with no water. I could be freaking
Oh,
parched out of my freaking head and my mind, and I'm like, I need water. No,
oh man. Yeah, never ask. And I still do that like to this day. Like I won't ask anybody. Like if it's offered to me, then I'll be like, yeah, I'll have some. But like I have to think about it twice before I ask now to be like, oh,
yeah,
can I have like do you have like a little snack or like do you have like water or like juice or
yeah.
something? But when I was younger,
There was no.
tight-lipped and just I will
You
be
just
okay.
sat there. You just sat there, and you looked pretty. That was it. Because nope.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't miss that. Yeah, my mom would be like, "No, you don't ask." I guess yeah, maybe if you are offered, like maybe, but you don't ask for food because then it looks like I don't feed you.
mm-hmm.
And she used to pack all of my lunch. Even when I used to like she used to leave me with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
My mother would pack my lunch and be like, "This is Amanda's lunch. She's good to go." And yeah, I had to eat my lunch. And my mom would be like, "No, you're fine."
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
Don't do these
don't
things.
don't do these things. And I think one last one that like I'm thinking of right now is like no se dice que, se dice mande. Like or you don't say what, you say excuse me. Or I'm sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't hear that because I remember maybe once or twice I said what and my mom would be like, "Excuse me?" And I'm like,
Yes.
I'm sorry." And it was I don't know what I was doing. I must have been cleaning my room. And she's like calling my name from the kitchen. And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, excuse me? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ma. What can I help you with, Ma?
Oh my gosh. I remember so many times I used to do that. Oh God.
Yeah.
Also the times like when my mom used to call me and I'd be like, "What, mom?" And like no response. And I'm like, "Mom, no response." Then I go over. I'm like, "Mom, did you call me?" And she was just like, "Yeah. Why are you talking to me like that?" And I'm like, "You didn't talk to me at all."
Oh, wow. Look at all those lists of don'ts. Will our list of do's reach the list of don'ts?
I don't
Who
know, man. I
knows?
don't know. At this point, I don't think so. Let's see. Do's always besa la mano, like you said.
Yeah. Always best. I hear that a lot with because my coworkers too are also Dominican and they always say yeah, besa la mano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, besa la mano.
Mm-hmm.
And I is it like the literally the act of doing it? Like literally kissing the hand?
I'm no, but because Noren's Filipino, so his grandmother still does it. I think where they'll ask for like blessings, and she actually like took my hand and put it like to her forehead, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually really cute." But with my family, it's more of just like kiss on the cheek, son
Yeah.
tia, son papi, son mom, son
Yeah.
tío. Yeah, we say
Yeah.
sion at the end though. Like we don't
Sion,
say
yeah, like it's
we
in
don't
the
say
bendición.
yeah.
Bendición, say Sion, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear that, yeah, I hear that a lot with my coworker. And
Mm-hmm.
then she tells her nieces and nephews besa la mano. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always besa la mano. Because if
yeah.
not, then you're being rude.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I hear that a lot with my coworker when she tells her, her nieces, her nephews. I think it's cute.
Hmm.
Like, what else is a do that you could think of?
Okay, another do is always pick up after yourself. Never be
Mm,
that messy kid. Never. Like if you finish with your plate, pick it up, put it in the sink, throw out any like extra scraps, and just, like always pick up after yourself. Fix your bed, all that.
yes, yes. Be clean. Do exactly. Do your
Mm,
bed.
mm-hmm.
Pick up after yourself because you want to know why? Because when you want to go out and your parents are asking you, what did you do? Did you clean the house to
Done.
deserve to go out?
Already done. Finished.
I did that already.
Let's see. That just reminded me of like when you said be clean, it reminded me of something my mom always told me was just like always like when you're getting ready, like especially for
Mhm.
like girls and stuff, like when you're getting ready, always make sure you have your earrings on. So do always put your earrings on. Always make sure you
Yes.
look presentable because you never know who you're going to see in the streets.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes, 100%. So yes, about the earrings, because the other day I went to work and I for some apparent reason I just touched my ear and I was like,
My
I have no
earrings.
earrings on.
Hmm.
I was like, I forgot to put my earrings on. I look like a boy, even though I just felt so weird without them. But yes, always said, oh, looking
Looking presentable
presentable because you don't know who you're gonna bump into, even if you're going down the street to the
to the
bodega
grocery
across.
store.
It don't even matter. Like, just don't look like a bum, honestly. But I am that meme where it's like, you see me like all like bummy, but then I could do like a 180 and I'm like, whew, flawless.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
but I do need to live up to that more because it's true. You never know who you're gonna bump into, especially if you like live in a neighborhood where a lot of the people, like a lot of the people in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You just,
Mm-hmm.
just want to keep this up, keep this looking up. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need some chismes and stuff buzzing around about you. What's another one? You know what? Maybe once in a while, help your parents out around the house. Like I know we said keep clean, but like also like help mom or dad with cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up a dish, learn something, learn a traditional like meal that you like love that your parent like cooks for you.
Oh
And
yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like that'll go a long way when you live by yourself and you miss mom's home cooking. It's not to say it's gonna taste exactly the same because it's never the same when you cook it and your mom cooks it or your parent cooks
Mm-hmm.
it. But at least like you just have a little piece of home with you in that sense when you're
Mm-hmm.
cooking for yourself. Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. I recorded my mom before
Oh
she
yeah,
moved
you
out.
did say that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I recorded my mom. So that way I have that.
I have to do that with
Yeah.
my mom just to see like how she makes certain things. Because
Yeah.
there's this chicken she makes. Oh my God, it's so good. But I
Just
have
baked
to
chicken.
bake chicken. And she puts like mozzarella cheese over it, and she puts like cheddar cheese over it, and she puts like marinara sauce. Oh my God, I'm hungry.
Going back to like respect, respecting your elders is how you address someone older than you,
hmm
family or not family, but it is using the formal approach of usted instead of tú.
hmm
I remember when I can't remember how old I was, but obviously I was younger and I was with my mom and we were at I think we were doing some food shopping and we bumped into like a friend of hers or someone in the neighborhood that she knew and her friend or whatever the person was talking to, they were talking in Spanish, my mom and this person, and they had asked me how I was doing. They asked me in Spanish
hmm
and I responded with, they asked me how you doing and I said muy bien y tú.
yeah.
And I swear to God, my mother was mortified. My mother was like, what the hell?
But
She looked down at
you were
me.
a little babe.
She was like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, I was like, here I am. I'm trying to embrace my native language and trying to use it more. And I just got shut down. She was like, absolutely not. No way. And I didn't understand at the time. And she was like, listen, whenever you're talking to someone who's older than you or to show a sign of respect, you address them as usted and not tú.
hmm
Usted is the proper way, it's the formal way to talk to someone older than you. And I'm like, okay, fine. And that actually came up during a meeting at my job because there are a lot of patients who are Spanish speaking. And my director was like, when you're addressing patients, address them as usted and not tú. Let's remember that. And I'm like,
Is she
oh,
Spanish? Is
she
she
is.
Latina?
Yeah. Yeah. So she goes, remember to address them as usted and not tú because that is the formal way and respectful way to address someone, especially if you don't know them and they're a stranger. And I'm like, oh, yes. And it brought me back to my mom. Yeah.
Shutting you down.
And I'm like, thanks, Ma. Thanks for that. Thank you.
Oh, that's so funny. Um,
Yes.
there has to be more dues. I can't think of them.
I mean, if you guys can think of more dues,
Yeah,
please let
send
us
them to
know.
us.
Send them to us because we would love to know. Because it seems apparent that our don'ts outweigh the do's.
They were like engraved in our brains.
Like, no, you cannot do this. Um, but to wrap things up, Liana, what are some do's or what's one do and one don't that you would like to continue to carry on with your kids in the future?
Hmm. Besa la mano is definitely one of them. I definitely
Hmm.
want to do that. It's gonna be interesting though, because like like Norn's family, like they
Hmm.
don't do like, oh, blessings. Like they don't go up and be like blessings, tito or tita.
Yeah.
They just say hi.
Hmm.
So it's going to be a bit of a culture shift, I feel like, for the kids that I bear. um, but it's going to be, I definitely want to keep that going, though. I want to hopefully raise a respectful child. And a don't, I think that I will keep is don't make a scene. I think that's the one that I will keep the most.
Okay.
How about you?
A do. What's a do that I would like to keep? Mm, oh, a do is also like along the same lines as, the besa la mano. But the way how we do it in like in our culture is like going up to your godparent,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and asking for a bendición from your godparent.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like that. I want to keep that. And then a don't that I want to make sure that my kids understand why it's inappropriate, not inappropriate or respectful to do is like, yeah, I guess I don't, yeah, don't talk back. Yeah, don't talk back. Please don't talk back.
Yeah, I mean, Your mom's a black belt, so beware. Beware.
Um, one more question because I can't help myself.
Hmm.
What do or don't, either or, do you want to like just wash out completely and not even
Hmm.
make it become a thing?
Mm. Oh, I mean, we didn't talk about it
Mm-hmm.
like between us here, but like I just remembered it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it happened to you, but like growing up, my parents would always be like, "Oh, this is so and so. You have to like besa la mano to this person that I've never even met."
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like, and I would have to say, "Okay, son tío, son tía," and I have never had a relationship with this person other than, "Oh my God, I used to hold you when you were little," and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is something that I do not want my child to like go. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm going to be like, "Yeah, you met this person and they're not related to you. And, or if they are, they're probably like a cousin far, far removed. And you don't need to say anything to them other than, hi, how are you?"
I'm glad that you brought that up because that was something that was gonna be mine.
Really?
But yes, it's so funny. Yeah. I'm glad that you brought it up. Two minds. One mind. Yeah, once we have kids and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
introduce extended family that our kids have never met before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay for them to just feel like, I don't know you, so boundaries, like, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable giving you a hug or a kiss. So I
Mm-hmm.
am gonna say hello from here. And that's when, like, me personally, I would take my kid's side and be like, yeah, you could just wave hello, and that's it. That's where until you feel comfortable and you see the person enough for you to,
Mm-hmm.
at more than one occasion for you to be like, okay, you know what? I know them. I've gotten to know them. I do feel comfortable. I will, show some form of like, hug or,
Yeah.
something that
Mm-hmm.
indicates that they are comfortable around that person. Cause stranger danger.
It's
Um
for, it's real.
but yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up because not every kid needs to feel comfortable around an adult
Yeah. That's
and
crazy.
just because you're the title of like of a family member, like just uncle, aunt, cousin, second cousin, like it's
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at those do's and don'ts that we came up with. If you guys have any do's and don'ts that you didn't hear on today's episode, comment, DM us, send us a story of your do's and don'ts that you recall
Yeah.
growing up and you embarrassed the heck out of your parents. Like we did. Send it to us because we love sharing stories here.
Yeah. I would love to read some of your stories. Like if you guys do send them, please.
Yes.
I would love to read some of them. I feel like there's going to be so much overlap. I feel like it'd be really fun. But
Yeah.
all right. Any housekeeping? Oh, our
You want to do
giveaway.
housekeeping?
Don't forget we have our giveaway going on right now. The post is pinned on our Instagram. So all you have to do is make sure you're following us, like it, tag 3 people that you think will enjoy this podcast, and then you're done. You're officially entered. And we'll be announcing the winner on the 22nd of March.
Yes, please, guys. You don't want
Um,
to miss out.
yeah, don't want to miss out. We are creating this care package for the winner, and it's really cute. It's really exciting. A lot of mini surprises in there.
We're
So
very excited.
you're getting some exclusive glowing up Latina merch. So we're excited for it. We hope you guys are too.
Yes, yes.
What else?
And then
What
don't forget to send us your Q&As because at the end of the season, we're approaching the end of the season and we want to answer your questions. It'll be a whole episode dedicated to your questions, and we're going to
hmm
be doing that with tech support, Thomas, Norn, and Constantine. We're excited for that. Questions don't only have to be for us; it could be for the guys too.
Yeah,
So
they would love that.
they would
Truly.
they would truly, exactly, truly enjoy that.
I
Um, let's see. So we did the giveaway. We're doing Q&A.
think
Um,
that's it.
yes. So Liana, when can the people find us?
You guys can find us every Wednesday wherever you listen to your podcast. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, and we are also on YouTube. Leave those glowing reviews. We love to hear from you guys. Love to see what you guys think of us.
And then you guys can always find us on Instagram at Glowing Up Latina, like our posts. Check out the giveaway instructions. Again, like Liana said, it's pinned there on our Instagram. And then and you can share how you're glowing this week with us. Send that to us at glowinguplatina@gmail.com.
You know what I
Oh, we
forgot to
didn't even
do?
say.
We didn't do our glows.
See what happens when you don't have all three of us here.
We're missing our
Um,
last brain cell.
yes, exactly. Um,
um, okay. What's
mhm.
making you glow this week, Amanda?
What is making me glow this week? Oh, I'm very excited again to start Noren's workout. I'm excited to just start a new workout routine. I'm so used to doing something and it just hasn't been working out for me. So I'm excited to take on a new challenge in my workout routines. So thank you. Shout out to Noren. He also has a YouTube page. Check his out.
His YouTube is It's Norin. It's a lot of motor vlog. He's got a bike, motor vlogs there. And then if you want custom plan, you can go to NM Fit. And there's an underscore in there. I think it's underscore NM underscore fit.
Yes, I think so. Wait,
I feel like I should know this because he's my husband. One moment.
but I mean, hold
Ah,
on.
I was right. Underscore NM underscore fit on Instagram.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
So that is how we're glowing this week.
I didn't glow yet.
Oh my God.
I also had a brain fart. I'm so sorry. Okay, and I am glowing this. How am I glowing this week? I said in the beginning of the episode that I'm just like staying home and off limits to everything outside this weekend. And I'm just so excited to just be home and do absolutely nothing except
Just get
be,
in tune.
yeah, just be a domestic housewife for like 2 days and then back on the grind Monday. But I'm excited for
I
that.
feel that. I feel that. I
I'm
feel
excited for
that.
that. Okay, guys, but we're officially done now. You can catch us every Wednesday on Spotify and on Apple and on YouTube. Email us at Gmail. Email us at glowinguplatina@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at glowinguplatina. All the things, the questions, all that.
And until next time, Mija. Oh.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay. And until next time, keep glowing, Mija.
Bye.
Bye.